Hey guys, my name is John Molnar. Thanks for tuning into the channel. So today's actually the very first day of the channel. We're gonna commemorate today with a very special video because of the fact that yesterday was actually a massive cold front that we had here in Florida. At my house, it got all the way down to 27 degrees overnight. It was not good for the plants. So rather than have the first video be showing off the stuff that we've done since we moved into the house in the beginning of August, my wife and I moved out here from Utah, so it's a totally different climate. We've been playing with it. We have a lot of work to do. So we'll start off with something new today that looks a little bit better, that being this side area that I've been walking through. So as you can see, we've got this whole area right here that's kind of overgrown wood line that I want to go ahead and take care of. Now I've already done a few things in this spot. As you can see right here, we've got just kind of some poles that are working as kind of a makeshift trellis with some grapes that I threw in, along with a little bit of an herb bed that I just threw in for shits and giggles, just to kind of try and get stuff going and see kind of what we're working with the soil conditions here. As you can see, there's a lot of sand from where the moles have been digging them up. And so this is an area that we really want to clean up with the wood line overgrown. Our property line actually extends quite a bit into that. So I want to get that cleaned up, not just for me, but for the neighbor whose house you can maybe see behind us. And that's what we got going on this week. So today I'm gonna go ahead and start jumping in, getting this mapped out according to the plans that I have, and trying to see if we can get everything to fit as it's been working out in my head. While it was cold, I went ahead and drew out the plans to kind of see what I want to do once it warmed back up. So there's those plans right there. It's a little hard to make out. I'm not the greatest artist, but you've got the side door to the garage, you know, right over there, which is showing right here on the drawing, if I can find it with the camera. There we go. Okay, so side door, I want a little path kind of coming out towards this way with rectangular beds stretching down along the sides, and then there's this kind of natural curve with the wood line, so I want to incorporate that with some kind of oddly shaped beds that will complement it. Another path running in through the wood line and then out through the sides of the fig tree right there in the center, along with some red roses on the front corner of each side of the bed, because those are my wife's favorite flower, so we got to throw those in for the wife. I want a variegated kumquat that I just picked up to be going in kind of on the side of this, possibly here. Looking at the layout of the land so far, I'm kind of thinking of throwing it on this side. And then I also have it marked out for a Hong Kong orchid right here. Now, one of the fun challenges of doing this project, potentially, let me get that mat dropped back off. So one of the fun challenges of this project is going to be, as you can see, you know, we kind of come through here. We got a lot of trees that might be having to cut down. Now, some of the big ones, I mean, all of the big ones, we're leaving. We want those to stay, but some of the smaller ones, it's really overgrown back here. We want to keep the big ones healthy and replace the small ones with fruit-producing trees that are better for me and the family. But we still want to use the big ones and as much of the smaller ones that could get bigger to create a protected area for the stuff we want. However, sometimes there's a big tree that just has to go. This is one of them. This one right here is right up against the power lines. It's becoming an issue. This tree was here when we bought the house. The house is brand new construction. My wife and I got it back in August. We're the first owners. So we're cleaning up a lot of this property. So that tree, let me stand back, get it in frame better. So that tree right there is the one that's got to go. Now the question is, what do we do with a tree like this? So this one, if you can see, is actually pretty thick. It's good size, and with oak. I'm going to go ahead and take that. I've already purchased the spawn, and we're going to be putting some lion's mane mushroom into the logs from that one to grow for me and the wife. It's supposed to be a really good one for immune support and things like that. So that probably will be a separate video, but of how to do that. But as far as taking that one down, that tree's coming down here soon. So anyways, that's pretty much what we got going on. We're gonna take all this stuff out, start prepping out the area, get it cleaned up, marking out the beds that I'm gonna have to dig out, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned, we'll be back. right, so quick update where we're at so far. Right now we've got this bed right here that's been dug out. Over along this side, I went ahead and started adding in around the grape right there. We've got some basil going in, got Greek mountain tea running down that side, chamomile running down over here with a little bit of amaranth red garnet going in the back just to see how it does. Haven't played with that one before, so I just want to see how it looks before I figure out where it's going to go in the landscape around the rest of the property. And then we've got rose in here. We've got sage coming down this line, and then another rose. This is a white rose. This is a red rose. I forget which one they are. I think that's Blue Moon, white rose, and then Proud Land or Oklahoma for the red rose, I think. We got the culinary sage going right in between those with rosemary and thyme going in between and alternating which one's in front. So if you got rosemary up here and thyme in the back, then it switches over on this side. And then you got garlic around those as well with green beans in the middle, so that you get, you know, all that nice rosemary, sage, and thyme together. You get garlic in there, help keep bugs off there, and I mean, good flavor combos. The green beans will help with fixing nitrogen once they're ready to be harvested. Down this row, we have radishes and green beans running through here. So far, that's it. This bed, I've still left alone. We've got mostly just cilantro in there, starting to turn into coriander. I'm leaving it alone right now to just turn into flower while I'm working on everything else, help feed the butterflies and the bees that are coming around early in the season while everything else is still coming back. And then down this way, we went ahead and ran green beans, and I can't remember, I think I might have done something else in here, but I honestly can't remember at this point. So we're just gonna have to see what comes up. Yeah. All right, so we got a little bit of a citrus corner starting to come in over here that we decided to throw in last minute. My wife and I, obviously being the kitchen garden, get some citrus in this area, even though we have it on other spots on the property, just so that it's closer to where we're cooking, be able to grab lemons and limes for waters or other types of drinks. So we've got Persian lime right here, Ponderosa lemon right back here, and then a ruby red grapefruit, or Ray Ruby grapefruit right over here. And so we got those in. We're gonna be adding in blood orange on each side of this right over here once we can find them. It's been a bit of a struggle. Out of all the citrus we've acquired for the property so far, even finger limes I've had an easier time finding than I have blood oranges. So it might just be time of year because we did get out here closer to winter. So we'll see how spring looks. But anyways, let's show you what we're gonna be doing today. All right, so today what we're gonna be doing is we're moving down a little towards this way in between the kumquat and the fig. Back in this area, we're going to be bringing some other fruit trees in here later on, but today we're going to be digging out this bed right here, and I'm going to be bringing in, for this bed, we've got, what am I doing again? We got peaches and cream, corn going in, some black Valentine bush beans, and then butternut squash. So we're going to be giving that trio, the Holy Trinity, a try in this bed right here. All right, so corn, black beans, squash, the Holy Trinity. We're gonna give that a shot right here in this bed, see how that works out compared to everything else. Like I said, we're dealing mostly with straight sand on this soil. It might not show up very well on the camera, but the citrus trees that I just put in are already starting to show some nutrient deficiency signs. So, of course, like everything else, we're gonna be dealing with that, adding in a lot of nutrients, trying to build up this soil. That's a lot of the process going on here. So quick update on what's been going on. There's a lot more to come still just with this bed, and I'm very excited to be able to finish with this area so that we can get on to some of the other projects that I've been bouncing back and forth between already prepping just because of when plants are starting to grow. So it's a lot of project. It's one thing that I have figured out is I should have laser focused. I spread myself way too thin, so it's taking me a minute to get some projects done because I've got some plants that grow to a certain stage, have to go in the ground, and I have to jump around and just deal with it. All right, so we're gonna get this dug out and planted, and then hopefully in the next couple days the grass will be grown quite a bit more so that I can get that mowed and start using that for mulch and feeding the soil. I'm getting sick of watering everything twice a day, waiting for that to happen. Anyways, we got a big project going on with this, so we're gonna cut the video there. Don't forget to subscribe, turn notifications on so that when the next video comes out for all these updates, you are definitely able to get the notification to see all the amazing things that we've got going on here. It's a lot of moving parts, it's really fun. So hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, smash that like button, and I'll catch you in the next video. Momo's Garden, out.